Welcome to a new week, my beginning algebra students. You have been delving into this chapter of polynomials, and many of you done just a great job of really getting down those rules. Okay, when you're adding and subtracting polynomials, what do? You just look at the coefficients. You're not changing the exponents. When you're multiplying and dividing, multiplying, that's when you are adding the exponents, and dividing is when you're subtracting those exponents. So you've done a really good job up to this point with these polynomials. I want to say one thing in looking at your assignments and your work. When you write a polynomial, it is important that you write it in order of decreasing degree. Okay, so some of you, let's just say, had something like this, okay? And you might write your answer like that. And the terms, although they're not wrong, should be in order of decreasing degree. So I'm looking for my greatest exponent. So when you write your polynomials, no matter what your coefficient is, your greatest degree comes first. So you should write it negative x cubed plus 3x squared, then plus 2x, and again, your constant is always at the end. So please pay attention to that. As you get your answers and sort them, they need to be written in proper form, and that is by decreasing degree. And remember, the degree is the value excuse me, of the exponents. Sorry about that. So today you've done adding and subtracting polynomials, multiplying and dividing, and today we're going to work on multiplying binomials. And what I'm going to do is jump right in with an example. Again, you have examples on your book. This is section 12.4. I'm on page 668. And I'm going to show you two methods. When you do either of these methods, obviously you will get the same answer. You just have to be consistent in what you do and watch your signs. So we have two methods. One is called magic box, and one is called FOIL. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and write what this stands for. And you probably can't see it. Hopefully you're taking notes. That's important while you watch these videos. So we're going to start with magic box, and then we're going to do FOIL. And what I'm going to do is work through a couple of multiplying binomials doing both methods. You may choose the method you want to use. It doesn't matter to me. Really, it just depends how you learn. What do you see? How do you organize it best? So, for magic box, what you do is you take your first binomial and you put it over here, 4x and 1. And make sure you put the signs that go with that. In this case, they're all positive. Then across the top, you put the second terms, 2x and 3. Now you go box by box, 4x times 2x. Now you've figured out how to do that. And then for this box, 1 times 2x. And then 4x times 3. And then this times this is 3. These boxes that are diagonal there will combine. So you start with, again, what I just told you, the greatest degree is 8x squared. 12x plus 2x, since those are both positive, I'm going to add them. 14x, and then I'm left with 3. This will be your first term, this will be your last term, and you'll combine those two. So what we're saying is 4x plus 1 times 2x plus 3 is 8x squared plus 14x plus 3. FOIL is the other method, and that stands for first, outside, inside, last. All right, what does that mean? That means I'll multiply my first terms. 4x times 2x, 8x squared. Now I multiply my outside terms, okay, the outsides on these parentheses. 4x times 3 is 12x. Remember, when you're multiplying, that stays. Now, I do the inside terms. 1 times 2x. The L in FOIL is my last terms. 1 times 3. When you use this method, you will combine your middle terms and end up with 8x squared, 12x and 2x, 14x, plus 3. Obviously, same answer either way. You're going to learn which works best for you. Which do you see better? I really suggest practicing a couple times with both of them and trying to get comfortable. I'm going to go through a couple examples with you to try and get you comfortable. All right, so let's look at guided practice number 2. For yours, it's checkpoint. So checkpoint on page 668 here. Now, here we have, and it's great because you'll need to learn what to do. What do I do when I have negative and positive? So it's negative m plus 2 and 5m plus 2. Again, I'm going to do both methods. So we'll start with a magic box. Okay, my first term, my first binomial, 2 terms, right? Negative m and 2. And my second binomial goes across the top, 5m and 2. 5m times negative m is negative 5m squared. 5m times 2, 10m. 2 times negative m, negative 2m. 2 times 2, 4. Again, these two terms will combine. Start with my highest degree. Negative 5m squared. 10m minus 2m is 8m plus 4. Let's try FOIL. First, negative 5m squared. Outside, negative 2m. Inside, last. Combine, negative 5m squared and there you have it, both methods. Can you do these in your head? No. I want to see work. Whichever method you choose, fine. But you need to show me some work, okay? Sometimes you can see things, you can see how those numbers are going to play out, but it's very important, even for sake of the signs, and because you are just learning these, that you write it out and work on your strategy. Let's look at number 3 from your checkpoint. I've got 2a minus 3 and 5a minus 6. Make sure I wrote that correctly. 2a minus 3, 5a minus 6. I'm going to go magic box on this. 2a minus 3, 5a minus 6. Again, those signs are important. Multiply this, 10a squared. This times this, negative 15a. Negative 6 times 2a, I'm going to get negative 12a. And negative 6 times negative 3, I'm going to get a positive 18. When I combine these, 10a squared minus 27a plus 18. I love doing these kind of things. To me, it's like a puzzle. Okay? But again, see what works for you. That's number 3, using magic box. I'll go ahead and do number 4. And I'll do FOIL on that one. Let me do 6, just because it has more negatives, kind of mixes it up a little bit. 6, I've got negative 6b minus 4. Mix up your signs, see how that goes. And negative b plus 3. And this time I'm going to FOIL. So first, negative times negative, so I get 6b squared. Outside, minus 18b. Inside, plus 4b. Last, minus 12. These middle terms always combine. Remember, I cannot add and subtract. We're doing that. This is why you learn the first concept of this chapter, when you can add and subtract. These have like terms, as we like to think, just b. So the 6b squared, negative 18 plus 4b is negative 14b minus 12. Now in your book they teach the magic box method, and then they give you a whole set, and then they teach the FOIL method, and they give you a whole set. I just did some both and mixed it up. Again, you may choose which method. Please show your work. It's very important. So, hope it goes well for you. If you struggle, if you're trying some and you just can't get it right, really practice is what's very important in this. The more you do, the more comfortable you'll get, the more you'll remember your signs, remember how to combine. You're going to start to recognize patterns so that when we start to do these binomials and special cases, you're going to see patterns of how it works out. So, practice. All I can tell you is really work on it. So I gave you odds today. I want you to work on those odds. If you feel brave, do more than I gave you. If you want to keep practicing and try those evens, I'm sure you're really excited and want some more math, but practice is going to help you get comfortable with this. So I hope it goes well. If you have any questions, 1 to 2, Google Meet. Have a great day.